Welcome, ladies, to the Real Estate InvestHER Show, providing inspiration, strategies, and insight to empower women investors to live balanced and financially free lives. Now, here are your co-hosts, Liz and Andressa.
So in today's episode, ladies, we have Vanessa Alfaro. She is a multifamily syndicator who is leveraging artificial intelligence in many areas of her business. You're going to get so much from today's episode, tactical ways you can begin today to leverage this amazing technology.
I love this episode because we don't hear a lot about this tool. And she said something that really struck me. You either will use this intelligence in your business, or you will be out of business in a couple of years. So ladies, we can't avoid this. Let's get to the point here, understand how this technology works and how can we leverage it so we can save more time.
Welcome back, ladies. This is Liz.
And this is Andressa.
Welcome back to the Real Estate InvestHER Show, where we are on a big passion every day, inside and out, to empower women to live a financially free and balanced life.
Whatever it means to them.
Whatever it means to them. Vanessa Alfaro, we're so excited to have you finally on this show. We've been trying to make this happen for quite some time. And so excited about today's topic around the innovation of using AI and technology in our business. And just pumped about learning more from you today. So thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited and grateful to be here with these rockstar women that I admire so much. And I admire all your vision and everything that you're doing for other women. So I'm super excited to be here just to share some nuggets about everything that we're doing and how you and your audience can leverage the times that we are right now.
And then we all need to do that as women. And I know the men that are listening, leverage is the key, right? So before we get there, we want to start here. What lesson, Vanessa, has taken you the longest to learn on your journey?
I think that the lesson that has been taking me the longest is leverage. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years and I still find myself thinking, okay, how can I leverage this? How can I do this better? I need to be my son of genius, okay, here, because we usually get in the weeds all the time. Like we try to be busy. And I'm going to link this with AI because I think that social media technology can also be shiny. So then you can spend time researching and playing, and then you lose focus of what you really have to do. Okay. So I think that leverage is something that I always have to remind myself, okay, all the time. I mean, I am a mom, I am an entrepreneur, I am a wife. So balance is something that we're always looking, okay? And I don't think we ever find balance in reality, okay? We're always there going, okay, one and the other. But I think balancing the things that we have to do, okay, it's important.
And Vanessa, you have built multiple business, over 1,000 units, mom of little ones. You have an older daughter, but you also have little kids. Your plate is full, right? And many people, when they hear about artificial intelligence, you can see from one perspective, there is that fear that AI will take the jobs of many, which is also true, right? But how can we leverage AI right now in our real estate business? So this industry, I watched a video another day talking about what's happening the next 30 days. So we have blockchain, we have robotics, we have energy, electrical energy, and all those platforms are being developed right now in silos, right? At some point, 30 years from now, is going to be more integrated with one another. AIs are going to be everywhere inside those industries, and it's going to be a $1 trillion industry, which has zero right now because that platform does not exist, where it's all combined. But let's see where we're at right now. So where are the areas in your business right now that you are using technology? If you can share the top 3 areas where you are using the technology right now in your business.
Sure. We have more than 3 areas, but I'm going to share the top 3 that I think are important for our business. One is in marketing and investor relations. Okay. We're looking to have better and faster response to whatever the investor wants to know, okay, about the properties without the use of a human in the middle, right? And the other one is an amazing technology that we're using to collections and leasing, okay? So we will take over that on our company, and that technology is going to actually follow up all the leasing process and the marketing process since the person reach out until the person signs the lease. Okay. The other ones that we're using is like, for example, this bot that we have right now, taking notes. Okay. I'm able to take notes for the whole interview, and I'm able to create tasks, and I'm able to maybe rewrite this, okay, into an ebook, rewrite this into a book, okay, just with this note taker that we have. And we can connect this technology when we have meetings with our partners. We can connect this with the Asana or ClickUp and all these other tools, okay, project management tools, or even with our property management, and create tasks, okay. So everybody knows what to do after a meeting, or you can read a summary, blah, blah, blah. So those are maybe 3 that are really important for us right now.
So let's
And
talk about
ChatGPT.
yeah.
And ChatGPT.
Let's talk about property management. And so you're in larger multi, right? In terms of your
Yes.
focus, right? And obviously do you do your own property management, or do you have a third party manager?
We have third party in
Okay.
different states.
So you have this set up, the tech to set up from a listing perspective, from a marketing perspective. What is the property management company doing? Are they doing that? Are they setting it up, and all the answers and all the information that's obviously needed in that process? So walk us through that, like just even listing the property, listing AI, AI used in listing, agent, so to speak, activity. Just give us an example of where your property management company is being still used in terms of the human element, and where it's just, we don't need that. It's more efficient with this. That would be great.
We don't need the property management just until everything reach the manager of our property, okay? And she's able to show the property and to, put the lease in front of the person, or even our AI is able to send the lease agreement, okay? So there is less interaction. The property management is usually responsible for leasing the units, okay? But we have found that different property managements has different ways to do things, okay? We don't want to leave that to the property management. We want to make sure that our properties are leased in a timely manner, okay? So we're taking over all that from there, okay? And you mentioned something really interesting, Andresa. You were talking about 30 years from now, okay? I think that the time that we are right now, maybe by 2030, in 7 years, okay, there is going to be just 2 types of businesses. The one that are fully utilizing AI, and the one that are out of business. So for all our vendors, even property managements, even the software that we use for investor relation, I am requiring that everybody goes and move, okay, to AI technology. If they are not moving the way that we are moving right now, okay, they're going to be out of business. I don't want to work with that property management.
It
Okay?
almost becomes like a criteria that you have in evaluating. That's interesting.
Right, because they're going to be completely obsolete in 6 months.
I want to go a little bit deeper, because when we are looking to leverage AI, my For You page gives me all the data and what's going on, right? So what they were saying is that, what are the jobs that are going to be created because of AIs? Because we still need to ask the right questions, right? ChatGPT will be as efficient as your question, right? It's not like you really need to create or develop a skill set to, of course, I completely agree with you, implementing it as soon as possible. Now, getting to understand. And the human skill set in order to program those AIs, I believe is going to be something that we might have to take courses, or we might have to develop that skill, because it does not work as we Google it right now.
Right.
For
Because
us,
we're used to Google. We're used to Google. Okay. What is this? Question mark. Google. But think about this. Generative AI is human-like questions and responses. So how would I ask you, Andresa, if I want you to write an ebook? Write me an ebook? You're as a human. Would I say write me an ebook? No.
and then I'll ask you back, what type
Exactly.
of would you like to
Exactly.
be
So
written?
talk to ChatGPT as it is a human. I would like you to write an ebook, but I would like to talk about this. Okay. And this is what I know about this information. Okay. And this is my company. Okay. And who is this ebook for? Well, this is my audience. Okay. Now write an ebook for me. And then at that point, you as a human will be able, you have enough information to write an ebook. It's the same with ChatGPT. So yeah, my husband says, my ChatGPT is not giving me answer. You are not talking with ChatGPT as a human.
I saw this another day. So this guy wanted to test ChatGPT, and he said, write an email to so-and-so based on my writing skills. And he said, and I'm going to give you an example of my writing skills. And he wrote something very rude right? And asked ChatGPT to use based on that. And then ChatGPT said, we highly recommend that you do not send this message because it's not polite, is rude, and it's not going to build a relationship with the person. So, right, and I think that is a very healthy interaction, because ChatGPT is going to say exactly what you said, Vanessa. What is your audience? And you cannot say, I serve everybody on earth.
Right. Right.
He's going to really narrow down an intelligence. It will compose the message in a more efficient way, because AI has the correct pieces, and it's on us to give the correct pieces. And then now we found where we come in, people.
And let me give you another nugget there. Okay. If you don't know who your audience is, you can plug data of your investors. Okay. I don't say private data, but you can say how old they are. Where do they live? Are they high net worth individuals? Are they lawyers? And ChatGPT is able to create an avatar for you. It's going to tell you your investor is Vanessa Alfaro. Okay. And she is 40 years old, and she usually likes to do blah, 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 blah. You can create that with ChatGPT and have actually an avatar of the person that you're going to develop, deliver that book, their ebook, whatever you're doing. So what is creating with ChatGPT right now is extremely amazing. You can strategize with ChatGPT. You can brainstorm. Okay. You ask what type of jobs are going to be created. I don't think that jobs are going to be created. I think that jobs are going to be, and companies are going to go 10x in 10% of their time. Because then if you have someone that is dedicated to create blogs, okay, that person can do 10 times what they were doing before, okay, right now with AI. So your company is going 10x. My employee is going 10x right now. The one that is dedicated to create blogs, content, social media is going 10x right now, okay? So it's not about creating more, it's about creating a bigger and a better company.
That's interesting. So let's go back to investor relations, because I did a lot of investor relations for our company as well, and it's such an important part as you're growing, right? You're growing your portfolio, especially when you're raising money. So what have you used AI for, and what have you not, done in terms of building relationships with, private money partners? Because, right, there's a little bit of a dance there. And I'm curious where you've said, no, we have to do this in building the relationship as humans. Or, you know what, this stuff here, these answers, these questions really can outsource and use the, AI. So I'm curious where the line is for you and especially with investor relations.
Very interesting. Very
building
interesting, your
relationships.
question. Great question, because investor relations for us has been the last part of the AI. And because of that, I believe that people value people. And in an era of AI, that everything is going to be AI. And at one point, even yesterday, I make a phone call and I have to ask, are you an AI or are you a real person?
Wow.
So in this moment that we're living, people is going to value more and more relationships and one-to-one person. That's what is going to be expensive. It's a one-to-one conversation with you. Because how far do you think we are, Liz, from having you in that video, okay? In a video, you plug in, okay, some information.
have a
you with all the
question now.
data, okay? And you being there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, Vanessa, are you an AI? We're not here.
Just
I
about
am
to ask
real.
that too. I'm like,
Don't touch me.
How far do you think we are for having that technology of Liz talking in a video, answering questions and managing a podcast, but you not being there? How far do you think we are? Just give me a number, a year.
a year, 2 years? I don't know. 5 years? I have no idea, but I'd say 5. I'll go with 5.
Okay. Well, the technology already exists right now. Okay.
Wow.
So you can have your avatar, your video, okay, and then you can plug information. And if you have a lot of parameters and data, like for example, Tony Robbins has, okay, and all the videos, they are able, the technology is not perfect right now, okay. But even for me, I can have my avatar, I can have myself talking to investors and doing a presentation, okay, and it will be an AI. I don't have to go into studio. I don't have to record. I don't have to do voiceover. Okay. But right now, and that's a little scary for some people, but I think that with AI, the human interaction is going to be more expensive and more valuable. Okay. So your time is expensive. So that's the last department that we has been implementing AI. Okay. Because most of our investors, they like to talk to me. However, I text the other day an investor and he responded, stop. You know why?
You thought that you were an AI.
I thought that it was an AI. I don't have to say, hey, Ricky, it's me. It's Vanessa. I need to apologize. So even right now, we are in a moment that we don't understand. We don't know. Yes. We don't know who is an AI and who is a real person talking.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened to me yet.
Wow. Okay.
But I think that's positive though, because if AI takes the operations of the things that we don't need to be present in order to execute, that is just admin, that is repetitive, it creates more time for us, right? The whole circle, going back to leverage, it creates more time so we can dedicate and be intentional how we are spending out our time and where we are spending our time, why we're spending there, and where it cannot be substituted for a AI.
Right. So let me give you a very quick example of things that we can use in AI for investor relation. So how many texts, emails, phone calls we receive in January from investors asking for their K1? Many.
I used to, no, sidebar really quick, Vanessa. So I was doing that at one point when we were about to hire an investor relations person. I was doing all that.
Shoot me the hand. No.
Oh my Lord. It is like, because people want their K1. They want
the K1, right? And even for an investor relationship person, you just transfer 100 things that you have to answer the same to everybody. So that's an easy task that an AI can take over on a text message, on an email, on a voice call. I mean, we know your K1 is not going to be ready until February 1st. Okay. So those are easy tasks. Other things that we are implementing right now that we still don't have ready, but we are in the process of implementing is easy questions that they don't need to jump on a phone call with me or with my investor relationship person. Like, okay, I want to know how was doing the property, or what were the collections, or what is our occupancy, numbers, specifics. Okay. So the AI can answer that. and just like to make sure that our investors feel they're being taken care of. Okay. And at the end, I said to all my investors, if you're making money, okay, and you're making more money of what we projected, you're doing great.
Right? Who cares? You don't care if the answer is me. If I get the answer and if it's accurate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my brain is busy to make money for you, to make this a great company. Okay, just not to answer the K1 text message. So that's just like a few
Yeah.
examples.
I think that's a really good point of like thinking about, everyone listening has the frequently asked questions, right? It's the frequently asked questions. And you might even have a sheet that says frequently asked questions. That might be a great, step for them to use AI just as a starting point. Because those are the things that honestly, you don't need to physically answer. And I think I just want to say that your point about your time will become more expensive is a really, really good point. So why not shift some things around today to honor that, right? And to really, and I'm Justin and I have a lot of conversations, recently about that and really being so intentional with time. And that is the one resource we all know is limited. It's limited. We don't have it unlimited. So I love what you're saying because it's actually going to create more space for you to be your best self. Where other people thinking AI is taking away from the human element, it actually can increase it. So you're giving me a lot of interesting view because I've had different, I don't know as much as both of you about this, but you're giving it a really, for the folks that are probably reluctant, I think there's a lot of opportunity from that point alone, which is super powerful. So Vanessa, if you wanted to get started, like literally today, what would you say to the women listening? What is that first step? They have no AI at all in their company at all. What would be the first thing that they should do, or some questions they can ask themselves to get started? I'm curious to get your thoughts on that for the folks.
Sure. If you are a solopreneur, okay, and you're just building your business right now, there is a lot on your plate that you're doing. Okay. And I think ChatGPT can be really helpful for you because it can be helpful in strategizing, in brainstorming, in creating emails, creating job descriptions. Okay. You need a rockstar assistant. Just plug that information in ChatGPT like it will be a human. And then they will create a job description for you in just seconds. Okay. You want to create an ebook. You want to create a specific email. Okay. That it can take you half an hour, okay, to write down, go back and forth in an email. So you can leverage ChatGPT. You can create all the social media posts. Social media is such a drowning task, okay? I mean, I've been in marketing for years. My company in Panama was the pioneer in social media marketing, okay? Digital media marketing in 2006, okay? And actually, Jack Dorsey opened my Twitter account, okay? And I still don't use that Twitter account. I don't use Twitter. But social media can really drown your time. So leverage ChatGPT with those posts. Create a calendar on ChatGPT. Oh, I think if you're new right now and you're starting your business, there is a really cool AI that you can use to create your logo and your brand. Okay. The name is luca.com. Okay. I don't know if you ladies have heard about that. But it's amazing. Even when we rebrand our company to Venus Capital, we use Luca to create our logo, and we have the logo and the whole branding materials for $50, and something that we love in 2 hours. And before, you will have to have back and forth in between a designer for 2 weeks. Okay. So use those type of things that can help you to leverage your time. Well, there is coding, but you don't need to use coding right now. Okay. But you can customize the data, the information that you already have. Okay. What you create or rewrite that, reuse that information for your audience.
Love it. There's so much to be done. And this is such an inspiring and tactical conversation for after this call, you can really take actionable steps. That's great.
I'm very impressed right now. Okay. I went to a conference 2 weeks ago, one of the biggest real estate conference in the US. Okay. There was no one, not even one person, not even one panel to talk about technology, innovation, and AI. How is that happening right now? We all should be sharing, okay? And I believe in giving, okay? And I'm sharing all this information. And I also have a one-page sheet that I can share with the audience if you ladies want to. How is possible that right now we are not talking about this? There are other events that you can go and learn about ChatGPT. But how we're not including this in all the real estate conferences, how you can make your company bigger and better, okay, with all these technologies. We all talk about the same thing that we hear right now. Inflation. Yes, we have inflation. What is inflation? 8%. I built a company in a country that was 12% inflation. It was 40% inflation when I left that country. And right now it's 246% inflation. So I can deal with inflation. So we're talking about inflation, interest rates. I mean, the same things that we all hear all the time. But this, which can be a game changer for you or your company, nobody's talking about that. How is that?
I think that we're changing what it needs to be talked about. And that's why we created this podcast, because we talk about self-care, burnout, boundaries. And I think that many real estate investors are not used to talk about different things besides wholesaling, how can I grow to my number of doors? It's very real estate specific. And if they're not looking at their real estate as a business, what can I look, not just the market, the real estate market, but what's going on in the world in terms of technology, in terms of building teams, more holistic approach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why we're here, Vanessa. I'm glad
That's right.
Not you. I love your podcast and everything that you share, okay, and the people, the guests that you have in your podcast. Just specifically in that real estate conference, I was really disappointed that they didn't have a panel just to talk about specifically about this. And believe me, I talk with many people, big people in the industry about generative AI, how they're using generative AI. Big companies, bigger companies than me, they had no idea about this. Okay. So I don't want to be the biggest company in real estate. I want to be the best. And that's why I'm doing this, because
And that's why
I
so
may
many
not be
people, yeah.
Mhm.
And that's why so many people are attracted to investing, right? They're attracted to, it's a lifestyle. It's not because they want to work more. So, and I think I love what you're saying, and there's a lot to take on. And hopefully everyone listening will take one step. We always encourage you, take one step to move towards using AI in your business. So Vanessa, this has been great. Where can the ladies listening learn more about you?
Sure. And before I share my information, there is just two things that I would like to share as well. Okay. So I believe that the secret of life is giving is a famous quote from Tony Robbins. And I'm sharing this because I want the same as everybody else, okay, wants in life. And I believe there are three important things that we're always looking. One is financial freedom. The other one is time freedom. And the other one is geographical freedom. We all want the money to be free, the time to do whatever we want, and to live or to travel wherever we want to be without being in a 9 to 5, okay, office, right? And I think that we can achieve all this right now with the help of AI, okay? So that's why I really love to talk about this. Now, the two things that I would like to share is, please understand, make sure that this AI, okay, you're playing with is useful for you, because otherwise it can be a shiny object. You can spend time researching, playing, okay, and you are not actually doing what you have to do in your business. So when you're playing with one AI you're using, make sure to ask this question: what is this doing for me or for my business? If the answer is none, okay, and it's just you're just playing with images, okay, and your face, just move from that, right? And the second one is leveraging other people's research, because this technology is moving so fast, okay, that you cannot be researching this all the time. So try to listen podcasts like your podcast, and going to having a coach or going to conference or just like leverage other people's research of the technologies that you can use, so you don't have to spend 3-4 months researching something that then is going to be completely obsolete. So those are the two things that I would like to share. And So if people wants to contact me, or as I said, I have a one sheet of information, some technologies that we use that you can use to leverage your real estate business or your business in general. I can send that to you. You can go to venuspartners.com. Okay. That's our website right now, venuspartners.com. Or you can email me at Vanessa, Vanessa at venuspartners.com. And when you email me, put in the subject one sheet, okay, AI, okay, or AI, and we will email you back. Hopefully, an AI will email you back this one sheet as you can use.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Vanessa. All this information, you guys can find on our show notes. Now we're going to transition to our fabulous 3 questions. And the first one is, what's the most transformational book you ever read?
Oh, I have a few, but I really like this book. Never Split the Difference. I really like the book for negotiation skills. Okay, because I always consider myself being not a good negotiator. Okay, so I really like the Who Not How. Okay, it's like a Bible for entrepreneurs right now. If you are a mom, okay, or a parent, okay, I really suggest to read this book from Dr. Shefali, which is the parenting map. It's her new book, and I think she's amazing. It's life changing. Okay, Dr. Shefali.
The second question is, what's the most powerful routine that you do to create a financially free and balanced life?
I always try to have balance, but I always start the day exercising, okay, and making time for my kids, okay. So that's the most important thing, like making time for what is more important and putting in your calendar what is more important for you first, okay. So if it's the time with the kids, I even have my calendar when I pick up my kids and that block of the time, okay, that I have to do. So
The last question, which woman, famous or not, has inspired you the most?
Ooh, this is funny, but I think Angelina Jolie is one of them. Okay. I really love her passion for humanity. Okay. Her passion for diversity. Okay. And she's really honest. Okay. I mean, when you see her, okay, doing what she does, okay, she does it from love. Okay. So I really love the way that she has been doing humanitarian work. Okay, for the last few years. Okay. And there are many others, but she's the first one that came to my mind.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for being on our show. Thank you for your time and sharing your wisdom around this really important topic that's impacting us, whether we know it or not. So thank you. And it's inspiring us to take those actions. So thank you for being on today.
Thank you so much. Very excited for this. You guys are amazing. And I'm looking forward to hear more of you and your podcast. Thank you
So much.
If you enjoyed this podcast and want to receive updates on our next interviews, go to our website, therealestateinvestor.com. There, you can subscribe to our show, become part of our investor community, and get updates on upcoming episodes.
If you like our show, please share it with other women who would benefit. And don't forget to leave us a rating on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. And as always, we encourage you to take one action as a result of today's show and put it into motion so you can live both a financially free and balanced life. Thanks for spending time with us.
Ciao.